Dear seekers, once again we are here to ponder on certain aspects of a meditation in connection with the present situation. We know meditation is a healing process. At the same time, it has some positive benefits on our physical, psychological and spiritual good health. Now, we are living in a conditioned and an unnatural situation. Everyone is cautious and careful of their life and its needs. Within these few months of this pandemic situation, personal and social mentalities of the people are very much changed. Even the religious places were closed in such a way people were deprived of their psycho-spiritual consolations they gained from there. Many of the external realities are closed so that people may go within, enter within, in the cave of the inner self to understand the depth reality of our life. During this time of pandemic, we have to open our eyes to perceive the realities which are surrounding with us. Be in isolation. Take care. If you are infected, take immediate action to go to the hospital, undergo the treatment. If you are healed, come home to be on earth. Sorry to say, if not healed, depart to be an eternal person. As natural beings, we are called to depart from this earth in time. As we came to this earth in a particular time, what is in between the birth and death is called life. In one side, our life is full of limitations, pains, sufferings, misunderstandings, isolation, natural disorders, etc. On the other side, we try to know and implement all the ways and means to overcome our natural limitations, pain and sufferings caused by various factors. We are called to be in spiritual isolation. Now, the major part of the whole world is in social isolation. Basically, it is a physical isolation to have a distance from the other person. We have to make a distance forced by fear and anxiety. The situation has moved us to behave as if the other person is a danger to my life, or he may be a cause of my sickness or death. Forced by the fear of sickness and death, most of us are compelled to abide by the social isolation. It is a natural and social need to safeguard the persons from this miserable virus. I would say that mere social isolation is not enough. Is it a negative way of going away from others, motivated by a desire to safeguard ourselves? But it should be the positive understanding of helping others and their healthy life. Physically, we have to make a distance from others, but spiritually, we have to come close to each other in love and compassion and doing something for the good of others. It is the nature of spiritual isolation. In this spiritual isolation, we isolate not only physically, moved by fear, but we isolate moved by a selfless love for others. It is a dynamic energy of being within in isolation. At the same time, we are with others in communion and fellowship. We isolate not with a negative attitude that the other person is a threat to my life, but with a positive outlook that others should be safe and the infected person should have all the strength to be healed. In one side, it is isolation. On the other side, it is being with others in empathy and generosity. We have to be safe, and we have the just duty to allow others to be safe. It is the attitude of living under the banner of justice, love, and peace. In our physical nature, fear is a natural reaction. It may cause us to be isolated, but in the holistic personal growth, we are moved by the inner luminous power. It makes us to be conscious of the present crucial situation and leads us to be with the others and the afflicted, the generous heart. Thus, we overcome the fear complex and develop a new vitality of loving integration and union. To practice this spiritual isolation, two things are needed. One is meditation, and the other is to be a healer. Meditation, it is a favorable time to enter into personal solitude, silence, and meditation. But people were forced to be in lockdown, and it was not taken in a positive manner. Thus, it has created added tension like agitation, worries, anxiety, fear, social and financial crises in the minds of the people. Thus, mental problems, inner burdens, and psychological sufferings are increased in many ways among the people. Now, what is needed is to heal the humanity and redeem them from their heartbroken situation. We have to widen the positive energy throughout the world to regain the natural and healthy conditions of life. We have to do meditation in such a way that it may help us to regain the natural potency and psycho-spiritual strength to heal us, to face the present situation and to live a healthy life. In such a way, we have to enlarge its vibrations to others. When the seekers come together with a spirit of true meditation, and when they practice it, really it will make its positive efforts among the meditators and others. Thus, we have and we help each other in the process of purification. It is the intention behind the personal and group meditation. Personal meditation is very essential and efficacious to help the person in the process of personal discernment and enter into the luminous nature of our life. Regarding this point, one of the Tamil sages had written, "We ourselves are the friends and enemies to ourselves. We ourselves are the past and present to ourselves. We ourselves are the persons who enjoy the effects of the past actions. We ourselves are the lords to ourselves in knowing the truth." It is very deep. We ourselves are the friends and enemies to ourselves. It is very, very important thing. I myself is a friend or an enemy to myself because of my behaviors, because of my personal attitudes. I cultivate an inner atmosphere, inner situation, so that I become a friend to myself or an enemy to myself. The positive values and the negative values, according to their condition, I myself become a positive person or a negative person. We ourselves are the past and present to ourselves. We have created the past. We have done something in the past. At the same time, we are doing something in the past. What we have created is within us. What we are doing is dealing in the present situation. So we have to deal and understand the past of our life so that it may be a ladder, it may be a help to do the present situation in a positive manner. We ourselves are the persons who enjoy the effects of the past actions. So all the effects of the past actions are within us. Now we enjoy. If it was negative, we are forced to enjoy something. We are forced to experience something negative. If it is something positive, we have the joy of accepting something as a positive. The same way, we ourselves are the lords. I am the Lord. I am an authority to myself. That consciousness is possible if you are able to know the truth of our inner self. That is the discernment we should get because of meditation. The discernment should help me to make me a person with authority. I should become a lord to discern my own present actions, my attitudes, so that I can heal myself, I can do something good in a positive manner in this present situation. He continues, if we could know ourselves, there is no disaster for us. If we are able to understand ourselves, there is no problem. We know how to face the problem, sufferings and pains of our daily life. We know how to heal them because we are confident. We are empowered with a special strength, capacity to heal ourselves. There is no disorder at all. If we could not know ourselves, we perish within. In a negative way, he says, if we are not able to understand, we destroy ourselves in our ignorance, in our darkness. If we could not know ourselves, we perish within us. We perish. slowly we go to a process of decaying. If we could attain the knowledge of knowing the true self, if we could attain the knowledge of knowing the true self, we are truly there to consecrate ourselves. If we are able to understand our own self, we consecrate ourselves. We become something different. I consecrate in a way so that I may be a person with a lot of positive vibrations, positive attitudes, positive way of dealing with others. We are truly there to consecrate ourselves. The consecration is totally purifying ourselves, that it helps us to be clean, pure, with due light and luminous power. If we could know ourselves, there is no disaster. If we could not understand ourselves, we perish there within. If we could attain the knowledge of knowing the true self, we are truly there to consecrate ourselves. That should be the real proper understanding of meditation. In meditation, we consecrate ourselves gradually, slowly, day by day, that we become new persons. Thus, meditation helps us to be aware of our present self with its positive and negative qualities. It is the real knowing of who I am. Meditation helps us to be conscious of our faculties and their immense potencies. It is the consciousness of what I have within me. First, we should be aware of ourselves, and secondly, we got aware what we have within us. Meditation helps us to be enthusiastic in all the events of our life. It gives us positive approach and transforms even the barriers or difficulties as steps to be better. A good meditation radiates in the life, or he or she cannot be a person of sorrow, fear, anxiety, but full of hope and joy. It gives the strength to manage the life, its needs, and transforming growth. Meditation helps us to share our experiences of joy and what we are with others. It is really the process of healing. To be a healer is a very, very difficult job. Most of the hospitals are doing the physical healing of the sick persons. For that, we have to spend a good amount of money, time, and our strength. If you are affected by the virus, then we have an experiential knowledge of it and advise others based on our painful experience we had. With that wounded experience, we can speak about our own personal difficulties and pains we experienced. Now, the mere physical healing is not enough. Something more is needed. Moved by the spirit of meditation, we should be wounded or purified or illuminated by the inner divine power to be the healers with the medicine of love and compassion. We cannot love others as we are wounded by that supreme love in meditation. We cannot love others if we are not wounded by that supreme love. It is the expression of a generous love with the inner experiences of selfless love and generosity. It is feeling one with the others. We do not consider them as external persons, but being conscious that they are part of our own self, our own being. It is not only doing something for them, but being with them in their pain, in their misery. It is the inner union of the consciousness of all beings within oneself. As we feel that they are part of our system, we may be moved to do many things for them and those who are in our vicinity or nearby. This inner attitude is formed within the person by doing serious meditation regularly. Meditation leads to be a compassionate person, and the genuine compassionate person cannot but a person of profound meditation. Thus, meditation heals us that we may be true healers to others. That should be our attitude. Why we have to meditation and why we have to be healers of others. The meditation makes us more and more aware of our own self so that it purifies us and heals us so that we may be the helpers, the healers of others. Let us have this inner strength to live a better life. O Supreme Graceful Light, justice, love and peace be in all beings. Be well, be well, be well. Thank you.